This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, what happened? Just wait a minute. My screen is not yet shared. Yes. Okay, now can you see my screen, right? Let me start our EC2 instance. Guys, once you are done, right, you must be stop this EC2 instance, okay? Okay, let me start EC2 instance. This EC2, why we are taking, this is a Linux mission which we are going to be do any operations, like as any Linux commands learning, all the things we are doing now. Fine. Let me open this. And let's talk about today. What's the topic we are going to discuss today? We are going to discuss about the like sh keygen and then chmod. Let's discuss about this too. sh keygen. Okay, this is a little bit tricky thing, guys. Okay, like as but this is must be there. If you go for any company from day one itself, you need to be work out on this. From day one itself, you need to be know on this. You need to be use on this from day one itself. Why I'm telling you? Let me show you that. Not now. Entire our course we are using couple of 3 4 places on this same topic. Okay, but if you understand now, that time you will get very easy to understand. Okay, that time we won't spend that much time to discuss on this. What is SHF and key and how to generate a key, how to generate a like a private key, public key, what are the files we need to share them, if I share them, where they are added, or else you are the DevOps guy, like as you created some instance and some develop for some of developer you want to give access to them, then how we are going to do, we are going to give a same like as they will share their, you can ask them share your public key, they will share a public key, create a one user for them, log in that user and go inside that user and then add the key for them. Okay, how these things will happen, that's what we are going to do discuss in this class today. Okay, now what is the purpose of this sh keygen? Now sh keygen we can use for like as let's say passwords, mainly passwordless authentication. Passwordless authentication. Now, where are the places? For example, you want to connect from the one mission to another mission. Like as you are working some Linux mission. Now, let me draw the diagram. You will get more clear. Okay. Let's say now you are working on the one Linux mission and you are want to connect with the some other Jenkins Linux mission or maybe let's say Nexus Linux mission or let's Kubernetes master mission or anything. Let's say now you want to connect the different mission. If you want to connect the different mission, what you should have, either you should have a private key these missions, or either you should have a passwordless authentication this mission. Then only you can able to connect that. Or as password based authentication. Even if you have a password, then we can do that, but it's not a good practice to keep it your password entering your command line. Okay, that is not a best practices. That is the reason maximum in our real-time scenarios can avoid this password based authentication. Password based authentication we are going to be avoid that. Now that's the reason we are go for the passwordless authentication. Passwordless authentication. If you want passwordless authentication, what we are going to do, now this is your mission. Let's say this is the Madhu mission. Okay, and this is the let's say Jenkins mission. Let's think about the Jenkins install this mission. And if you want to access this mission, passwordless missions, what you want to do, you need to create a private key public key in your system. Okay, you need to create private and public key. Okay, private and public key. You need to create a private and public key. And the next, what we are going to do, we are going to we are going to share this public key. Don't share the private key. Never ever share the private key. Okay, the private key should be there in your system. The private key should be there in your system. Public key should be there here. Then if both will be matched here, the private key public key, the same private key public key, it's not look like same actually, but who generate the private key, there are public key. That means it's a your internal, this is external. Okay, then if you are like as matching, then what you do, the connection will happen, that your connection without the password. How it happened, this public key they're going to add into this mission. This your public key they're going to add into this mission, where they will add this in your public key inside. which user you want to access. For example, the default user they want to access, or else they will create a separate user for you. From inside that your user, they are going to be add in the your key. Okay, from where they are going to add that sh folder, that home. Okay, that home, wherever home is your user home, or else maybe your home, or else maybe a default user home. Let's talk about the default as of now. We'll discuss in the user based authentication later sessions, like as Ansible. That time we'll create a one new user and we'll create a case over there, and then we can discuss on this. And the next, authorized authorized underscore keys, authorized underscore keys. And we are going to able to give this, let's say, your public key under this file. We can add a multiple public keys, like as if you want to 10 developers want to access 10 developers public keys, we can add in this file. By default this file won't come, you need to create a file name like this, the same name, and you need to be add this, then only we can able to connect the passwordless authentication. Passwordless authentication. Is it clear, guys? Clear now? Understand, right? I'm not what I mean. Now, how we can make it the passwordless? Let's in this scenario, what we are going to do? We already have a mission called as Linux 32. This is my mission right now. This is my mission which I am using in for Linux practices. Now, what I'm going to do? I want to connect with the another mission. Okay, whatever it may be, any other Linux mission. For that, what you can create one more mission in your system. I already have a couple of missions are created. Let me go for Docker 31. I'm going to start this Docker. Like, don't think about the Docker. This is just name, okay? One more Linux mission you can create. One more Linux mission you can create. You already guys knows how to create a Linux mission, right? Let's go to launch instance and then next, then create this like mlnx like this, right? And the T2 micro only to choose this, and then next add storage, add tags, security group 22, then launch it, like add the key and then acknowledge and then launch instance. The instance will be created for you. Okay, I won't do that because I already have many instances. Let's go this. Let I already connect the Linux. Let me connect the Linux mission first. The first tab is my Linux mission. Let me connect this. Copy this. How many guys are able to access this mission, guys? Linux creating EC2 instance and then accessing EC2 instance. I'm not sure, dude. Pramod, maybe your internet may be slow. Guys, can you see my screen, right? Maybe your internet may be slow, Pramod. Okay. Guys, don't log in mobile. Just try to log in your laptop. Then only you can understand easily. Don't sleep in your bed and then open your like as mobile and watching and then sleeping, watching. You won't understand anything. Okay. Don't waste your time, guys. Okay. You join, you choose the very best one choice. Okay. But you guys can be use this option like this. Don't waste your time. Okay, fine. Now I can able to connect my mission. This is my Linux mission. What I want to do from this mission, I want to connect with the another mission path. It's a only in real time scenario. We are not working on only one mission, right? There is a number of missions, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. We don't know based on our requirement, based on your environment, based on infrastructure, based on the how many developers are working, based on the tools we are using. Like as it depends on the company to company. Okay, there is a number of missions they are going to be use that we can't calculate that. If someone will ask how many sessions we are using, like as if they ask interview question, some people will ask this kind of bullshit questions, okay, but nothing to knowledge on this. They'll ask how many how much size of cluster you have, how many nodes you are using, these kind of questions, but that is nothing. Okay, but who are not working real time, they will be stuck the question actually. Now say that 30, say the 40, say the 70, say the 90, say the 250, say the 400. What they don't come and they don't see, right? Now, this kind of question you guys can be give the prompt answer. That is the main answer for your question. Prompt answer. Don't think up and down, okay? And then give the answer. Just give the what are the number you like, okay? Okay, fine. That is not a wrong actually. That depends on the environment they can use this instance. Okay. We have the 270 nodes we are using right now. Okay. And 273 yesterday. Okay. There we added three more nodes. Okay. That depends on the environment we are going to be used this. Okay. That's not a fixed actually. It will increase, it will may decrease. Whenever we want, we can create. Whenever we want, we can decrease. If that question is asking means that guy is recently joined in the DevOps. Think about that. Fine. Now, then go for the one more node. That node I'm going to connect with the another Linux mission. I'm going to this connecting another Linux mission. Here, another tab, another Linux mission. And if you can see here, what is this IP address of this private mission? 172.31.66.119. Now, what does mean? Now, if you go here, what is the private IP address is? This is the private IP of the Docker mission. This is my, this is the Docker mission. Docker mission IP. Okay, Docker mission IP. The next, when you go for Linux mission, this is the Linux mission IP. Okay, let's take this. It will show UI like as a dashboard will show this only. That's reason private IP only I'm putting here. Okay, this is the my Linux mission. This is my Docker mission. What my requirement is that from sir, you already log in from your mobile system, right? Then why you need to log in real time scenario? What happens, right? No, there is a private subnet and public subnet and all. Okay, you can't able to directly connect with this. Okay, let's say this is running, Docker is running on the private subnet. You can't directly log in from this. For that instance, we don't have public IP, this public DNS. We don't have option that. We don't have a option for in real time scenario this public one when you are using the private subnet instances. Now what you do, you need to join the, you need to log in first Jumpbox or Bastion host that we are calling actually in real time terminology. Jumpbox means first log in that server. From that server to other servers we have access. Okay, that is what we are going to use in real time scenario. We don't have it directly from access for this mission. First we need to log in the Jumpbox. From the Jumpbox to we can able to connect with the other nodes. Okay, how it will happen, how to create that we'll discuss in the like as AWS sessions. Okay, right now leave it about this simple think about that. Think this Linux to is Linux mission is not a your company mission. Think your own laptop, let's say your own laptop, or else let's say you have your own Linux server, or you are asking to the, this is your developer Linux server, and then you are asking to the DevOps Linux server. Okay, are Madhu, can you please access, give me access for your Docker mission. The Docker mission I want to see like as my application is running or not, what is the error is coming, I need to troubleshoot for that, I need to reduce my Docker size file or something he asks us some questions. Okay, now what I want to do, I need to provide to access to him. This is the, this Linux 32 is the guy who is developer, and this Docker is the DevOps guy, like as DevOps mission. This guy want to access. Now, if he wants to access, what command he use inside his mission? Huh? Tell me, what command he wants to use, guys? Now, from this mission you want to connect. Then what we need to do? What command we need to use now? SSH, right? Correct. Now, what I want to do? We need to connect for SSH -I and private key. And the next username is the, for example, let's say take a default user I want to connect, EC2 user at the rate of IP address of what? Docker mission, like Docker mission public IP. Let's, what happened, start, what happened? Okay, this, let's say this mission. Okay, now I want to connect this mission. Now as of now in this mission, do we have a private IP like as private key? We don't have a private key. What is the private key for this mission? That is a JMS 31 PM file. This key should be there in your this laptop. If you have this laptop, we can able to connect. So if you don't have this key in your system, what you do, you need to create a key. Okay, let me create a key. What I'm going to do, nothing I'm doing, just I'm doing copy paste. Okay, open this PM file, and then where this key is available, this key available under my local mission, right? I downloaded when I'm created. I downloaded this key in my local when I creating this mission, and then go to DevOps folder. In this DevOps folder, I have a AWS keys folder. Inside the AWS keys folder, I keep it this PM file. Okay, which one? This one. Open this PM file. Open this notepad. This is the private key look like. Copy this key. Or else we can move ACP command or file love in ACP. I'll teach that later. Okay. How to move the files from your local computer to this Linux server. We'll discuss that later. Save this file. Now every time this private key file, what should be there? This should be the 400 permission actually. Okay, not like that. That what we do. That topic we'll discuss next after this topic. Okay, what is the this permissions and all we'll discuss next. What I'm gonna do? Let's see chmod. I'm going to give the 400 and remember this command. We'll discuss after 15-20 minutes. Okay. Let's give it the 400, or else it will give the bad permission for your key. The error will throw you for you. Okay, then okay, fine. My key file is there. The next what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this command and let's connect this. What command? SSH -i and jmsth pm file ec2 user and IP address of your Docker mission. IP address of your Docker mission. Now this is the IP address of your Docker mission. Now if you can go and then connect this. Now first time it will ask confirmation for your like as which user you want to connect, continue or not. Then you can press yes. Then we are able to connect. Now which mission we are standing now? This is your Docker mission. Now this is now you can see here. See like as both are one. This is 119, this is 179. Okay, now this is for your Linux 32 mission and this is for your Docker mission. If you go and see that here I've written the both things, right? Now you can go here, see this. Okay, this is a Linux mission and then this is a Docker mission. Now from inside this mission to this mission I connect. How? With the key, with the key, but that is not my requirement, right? I don't have a key. Then how can I connect? What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this key. Okay, let me exit from here. This is what, this is for Docker mission. I'm exiting from this mission. When you exit that mission and you can come back to your Linux mission now. See, this is for this Docker mission. This is for your, this is for your Docker Linux mission. This is for your Docker mission. 119 is the Docker, 179 is the Linux. Now clean up this and see what I'm going doing now. I don't have key. If you don't have key means what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this now. If it did not mention also fine, but in case just remove that, file rm-rf, just remove that file. The next what I'm going to do, let's do this command to show this is no file is available in your directory. This pm file I don't have because I removed that. Without key how can I connect? Without key how we can connect? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute this command ssh. Now what happened? Permission denied. This guy what happened? No, when I'm connecting this mission will throw the error. Array Babu, what the hell you are? How we can come to my home without my permission? Now this guy will say throw out the error called as permission denied. Without this guy permission, you can't log in that. If you want to permission, either you should have key, either you should have a passwordless authentication. The key based authentication, this key we never be shared to anyone in the office. Like as you are the DevOps guy, you should have only who created that mission, only that guy has that key, and remaining guys don't have the key. Remaining guys don't have the key. And the next what we are going to do, we are going to give the limited permission to them. Means we are going to give the create user, and the next that user also, even sometime we are not given a sudo permission to him. Sudo permission means removing files, other users folders, and installing softwares, uninstalling softwares also we won't give the permission to him. How we are going to do that, that also we'll discuss in the further classes. Lot of things are there upcoming. Okay guys, please maintain the proper internet connection guys. uh, like you guys only will be disturbed for like every time coming and going, coming and going. Okay, okay, fine. Now The next what we are going to do, let's sir, how sir, it is not my hand, right? Internet can maintain. That means what I mean, let's take a proper connection. I mean, understand, right? Sir, this is not in my hand. That is for networking. I should be making. I didn't say. I mean, like something happened for you and my end also sometime. But what I mean to like, it's not a mobile internet. Something you need to do, or else network place where you are getting a good internet. There we can stand and like us sit and then listen the class. That's what I want to say. Because you only will be disturbed, waste of your time, right? But live class is different. Watching videos is different. I understand, na? Because why I'm telling is because see, while watching video, you will disturb lot of things. Okay, you may get the phone calls, you may get the like as other works, you may get the sleep, you may get the hungry, right? It will disturb something. Maybe. Okay, fine. Now the next is how can I do this now without key, without password? How can I do this? Without key, without password, how can I do that? How can I do that? How can I do that? Now that's what we are talking about. Now in this scenario, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one private key, public key. As of now, if you can see my .sh folder, this .sh folder will create by default. If you can see, I have a two files here. One is the authorized keys and known host. In this default.sh under default user, under the default user. If you can see here, present working directory. This is the home of EC2 user. This is the home of EC2 user, not for the other users. We are not discussing about any creating users. Okay, we are not creating any users. We'll discuss that in the next class. Okay, how to create a user, how to log in that user. Okay, and those things we'll discuss later. Now right now what I'm going to do, I am in this default user only. What I'm going to do, I'm going to execute a one command ssh keygen, and there is a lot of options is there, which algorithm I need to use, which mail id I need to use. Now if you want to know that, let me show this. I forgot that options. Okay, and SHFN keygen with mail ID. Someone will be do this actually. Okay, like as with mail ID, they want to be create that case. Okay, without mail ID also we can create. For that, what I'm going to do, we are going to use the command call as like this: sh-keygen -t, this algorithm, and the next -c, capital C, and then your mail ID. They will give this. Both are same. Okay, you can either use that or like this. This is a different algorithm. We can use the -t, RSA, or something like that. RSA or something. RS is the algorithm. ETD is the another algorithm. Okay, like as there is a different options we have. See, this is our RS algorithm they are using. They can use this one. Or else we can just execute this command. That's fine. SSH-keygen. I'm going to do the same thing as of now today. SSH-keygen. And if you can see, after enter this command, it will ask that enter the file name or to save the key. If you are giving your own name, your own name will be create your private key, public key. But if you're not, if you give the default enter, by default name is called as ID underscore RSA. RSA is the algorithm by default, and it will take the SHFR keygen. Now the file name is ID underscore RSA, and passphrase means one more, like as two more, like as security, like as one more security you want to do. You can, it will ask the passphrase. If you're not giving anything, just give enter. Don't give anything, don't type anything, just give enter. And then same whatever we give this, just confirm the passphrase password, just enter this. Now when you do this, it will create a two files for us. One is the .pub file, and then one is the private key. This is the .pub is the public key, and without any extension is that this is the private key. Don't share this private key. If they ask, open this file, copy this content and share with them. Okay, open this file, copy the content and share with them. What it contains, the same whatever we just see that, right? This is not a 31 key. Okay, this is your local key. This is your laptop key, your own key. Okay, open this. If you can see, this is your private key begins, and this is, no one can understand this. This is your private key. This is your private key along with your machine and IP address, and then belongs to all these things it contains. Okay, and then don't don't do this, don't share this anyone. Okay, then what we are going to do, let's open this id underscore rsa dot public. The public key you can share with them. This is your public key. The public key will start the sh on rsa, and then this is your host mission. This is your user, your host mission. If you give your email id, the email id will be print here. The email id will be print here. If someone will be hit this from this mission and from this email id from your laptop, what will happen, they can be authorized. This is your identity. Simply this keys, what it will do, it will provide your identity who are accessing. Okay, now simple thing, simple, I'll give you one real example. Okay, real world example. For example, let's say there is a two friends. Okay, there is a two friends means in a school days they are friends. Okay, in school days they are friends. Now what happened, this is the Madhu and this is Siva. Okay, this is Madhu and this is Siva. They are the school friends actually, and they got a gap, like as when they are intermediate and then btech, and then they got a 5 year 6 years gap. And some days back, like as Madhu got Siva number, Madhu got Siva number with some other friends. Okay, a mutual friends. He got a his number. Can please give his number, and I want to talk to him. Then what happened? This Madhu is called to Shiva. What happened? Shiva don't save my number. Shiva don't save my number. He don't have my number. Then what he will say? He will call like as hi Madhu, welcome, and then you won't talk anything, right? He will say who are you? Like as let's say who are you? First he will talk about this. Then it will ask the who you are. Then you need to give this I'm Madhu. Then you need to reply them. That means when you connect in this, it will ask a password. Let's say if you are passwordless or anything, if you don't have permissions, if you have permission, it will ask like a password based. And the next, because this EC2 user don't have a password based authentication, that's the reason it will directly throw the error. If you are the password based authentication, then it will show enter your password. If you enter your password, but we don't have password, right? We have key. That key you are not that key you are not passing. That's the reason it will be throw the error. Either you need to pass the key, or either you are already like as known person. You should have the known person. Then only I can allow you. Or else I won't. Then this guy is asking like as who you are. Now say that I am so and so, then you can enter this. Then what happened? The next time what you do, he will save your phone number, let's say, and the next, after saving his phone number, whenever next time you calling, then say it won't ask anything. Hi Madhu, how are you? Directly he will be called. Just simple introduction I'm telling you, like as how it will have communication happen. Same thing. Now this is like as a your Linux mission, this is a your Docker mission. How both are communicating now. If you don't know, it will ask who you are under, like a username, like your password and the key or anything. But right now, you don't have a key and anything, then it will throw the error, like a permission denied error. Then what happened? You should come up with your identity. That identity we create this using the sh-keygen. Then we create a private key, public key. Now what we are going to do? Take this public key and add into him, this guy, which guy you are talking, that guy, add that your identity to inside this guy folder. Okay, where we need to add under the .sh authorized keys file. Now we create a private key, public key, take this public key and add into the this guy mission. Guys, understand, right? Now go to this Docker mission, go to the .sh folder, and if you can see, there is authorized keys by default file is there. If your file is not there in like as in on premises and all, we don't have this file, you can create the same name like that, same name like that. But here don't have any id rsa or all this thing. Okay, now vi, what I'm going to do, vi, oh, not required. Like let me go for, you know to create a new file, vi, and then authorized keys, open this file. This is the default one, default public key. This JMS31 is the default public key that everyone EC2 mission has like this. Because while creating EC2 instance, we are done this, right? Now that is the reason it will authenticate it. Now you are download the private key, then this is the public key is available here. That is the reason we are able to connect your EC2 instance. Now you download the private key, then you are executing this command sh-I and then I private key and then EC2 user and all. This is private key you are passing. That is the reason it's connecting. That means the public key is here. If you don't have this public key, your system won't connect. Even if you can delete and then try, it won't connect. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to execute a shortcut here. Shift A, Shift A, Shift to A. directly will come here, or else I can use blah 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 like as right arrow buttons. It's a time wasting process. Shift A, it will come to end of that line and enter. Now it will go insert mode by default. It will go last line, end of the line, and then it will go insert mode automatically. Go insert mode automatically. You need to press I. Okay. What I mean? Now let's say it went right. Now like I enter again shift H. It went for the top of the page, and I'm going to use the shift A. End of the line will come, and then see insert mode it came. Okay. We'll discuss these VI shortcuts on the one session. Okay. All these shortcuts. And the next what I'm going to do. Okay. Then go to your public key. This is the public key, right? Copy this public key. Copy this. Just select it automatically copy. And the next paste here. This is a paste here. And then save this. That's it. We saved it. And then go here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to connecting this mission. If your default path is that if you have authenticated means user means this default path is IDRSA only. It will take IDRSA path dot sh folder. IDRSA path will be like a checking for your private key or public key is not there. If it is somewhere it is there, you need to give the absolute path of your file. Okay, where the file is located. Now what I'm going to do, you can see here, I didn't mention anything keys here. Earlier it was the error, right? Now this time we can connect it successfully without password, without key, because this guy identity I added in the this mission. Clear guys? Simple. I create a one key public key, copy this public key and paste into this another mission .sh authorized keys file. I added this public key inside this mission. That's it. Nothing I did. But don't create your own name files and all. If you give the own name files and we need to give the your PM file absolute path of here again. Your own key. I mean, it's not a JMSTH that one. Let's say for example, what I mean. If you create your own name, for example, let's say own name if you give, by default you don't give this private key name here. The private key name is the IDRSA, right? IDRSA. Okay, like as if it is by default path is it will take from this path only. Like as .sh IDRSA file it will look. If any other name you given, then what happens? The other name you need to give provide here. -I and name or else path of that file. Path of file. What are the file name? For example, Madhu. Let's say Madhu file. Madhu is the PM like as private key. If I give the Madhu, you can give the where this file is located and from where you are executing this command. Then you need to be give the absolute path of where this file is located, and that we need to provide. Not a 31st key. Okay. If you by default ID RSA key, private key is there, then by default it will look into that path private key. Okay, this public key is matched, then it will be corrected. Okay, if it is IDRSA, by default it will take that file under the .sh folder. If you create your custom name, you must be past that where that file is located. That's it. Simply you can say. Clear guys? How can connect the your passwordless authentication? How we are able to connect the passwordless authentication? Like as we never be share the private key. If you have private key, then only we can public key connect. Okay, you are don't you lost the private key, nothing to use of your public key. Okay, the both should be there. Private key in your system, public key in their mission. Public key is nothing to use in our local system right now. This public key already we added there. If you want to share to someone, the private key, public key both will be created for us. This public key we are going to share to others. Now, for example, let's say today I'm going to this mission. Tomorrow, next class, what next discussion what to do? We are connecting with the Git. For example, GitHub I want to connect. Now GitHub every time you need to whenever pushing, whenever pulling, like whenever cloning, it will every time it ask username password. Like as whenever pushing it is asked basically if it's not a private. If it's a private repository, every time it will ask. When you pulling also will ask. When you pushing also will ask every time. Now every time you need to enter your username password, your command line. Even that is deprecated in your the last month itself is deprecated. It won't allow the password based authentication. Username password based authentication they removed because of security concerns. Okay. Now what you need to, there is a two options. Either we can use your like as user ID or else developer ID. I mean that I'll show that later. Or else you can add your public key inside that GitHub. Then only you can able to connect without any username password. Or else it will be through there. Not only when you go for any company, the first day you want to download any data, this is exactly you need to do. Create a private key, public key, and copy this public key and paste into which server you want to access from there. If you have access, then add yourself. If you don't have access, ask to someone to add your key from there. Okay, if you want to access Bitbucket or GitHub or maybe let's say any Linux servers, now everything they're going to ask you. Okay, can you please share your public key? Means what you guys will do, create SHF and keygen, go for your ID RSA, copy the public key and send to them. That's it. Okay, this is a what first day you need to do in your company, like as maximum companies they do. Okay, the first day means if you have laptop. Okay, understand right what I mean? This is a mandatory task for if you join for any company. Okay, this is a mandatory task for any company. Okay, if any like as after you got access, like as some other developer will come back to you, Are Madhu, I need this access. They will create a one ticket for you and they will be assigning to you and they need to be execute that ticket. Ticket means what? That is a task, let's say. Understand right? You need to do like you can ask them to public key, add into your authorized keys file. Not default keys file. There that you can check for that. You need to create a new user or else you want a default user access. If a default user means you add in the EC2 user, right? EC2 user authorized keys file we added. If it is not that, if you want to create a different user, we need to create a user, log in that user, and the next add inside that user authorized keys. Every user has their own .ssh file, .authorized keys files. Okay, that user things we'll discuss in the next topic. Clear, guys? Clear now? Clear, Sanju? What is the private key, public key? The private key should be there in your system to connect your public key. Okay, simple. Guys, everyone clear, right? Topic? You feel any difficulty? Simple. Close your eyes. Just simply, I create a one private key, public key. Add this public key into that mission where I added .sh/authorized keys file. That's it. Nothing I did. Nothing I did. Okay, that's one line statement. Okay, only one line. Fine. That is a very important for if you go for any company. This is the what from day one itself you need to work out on this SH, password authentication. Okay, that's all about it is. And the next go for the chmod. Change mode, actually this full form is a change mode. Okay, that means changing permissions. Okay, now why we need to change the permission is, for example, let's say some files are there, you don't want to edit that file, because that is, if you edit that file, the file maybe won't work, the file maybe won't work. Okay, like as you create that file, you don't want to give to others can be edit your file, like as you should only the owner of that user or else maybe owner of that group maybe edit that file. Others don't want to, edit that file. Others don't want to edit that file. In that case, what I'm going to do, this chmod we are going to be used in our like as all our Linux systems. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let's go and see that. Let's go and see that now how we are going to do. As of now, we just done this, right? Like a chmod and the 400. What does mean here? I'll discuss this. Now, when you open this file, you can see any folders or directories if you created. Now, what happened? You can see here LSFLTR. If you give this full like a long list, actually, it will show this block, right? This block. What happened? It's a permissions. This is your permission. This is your permissions. Now, what is this permission is? Let me show you that here. Okay, first of all, understand this concept. Okay, now let me write this. Now, basically, there is a terminology they are using. Okay, RWX. Okay, this is the words we can see that RWX. The next What is the R means? R means is the read, W means write, write permission, read permissions, and the X means executable permissions. Executable permissions. Read, write, executable permissions for this. Now what we are going to do? Let's see here. Now let's for R means what is the value for this? 4. R means value is the 4. At the right means value is the 2. X the value is 1. And there is if hyphen it means now nothing, no permissions. This value is 0. Okay, just it's hyphen means nothing. Now tell me, let's calculate this. 4 means R means 4, right means 2, X means 1. Now when you go here, what is the permission it has? What is the permission it has this file? What is the permission this sample.txt file contains? Read, write, read, write, read. That means what are the full permission for this? Count this. 4 plus 2, 6. Then 4 plus 2, 6. Then 6. This is the 4. Means what is it has? 664. What the value it has? 664 by default permission in your AMI Linux. This is the default permission in your AMI Linux machine. Okay. Like basically what happened? It has the permission for 666. Okay, 666, and inside the 666 what happened, they had a one umask value. Okay, there is a umask value by default it has, and it will be it will do minus less actually. Okay, the default value umask value either 002 or else maybe it has 022. 022. Okay, now based on your Linux mission, Linux operating system, they had a umask value. But if it is AMI Linux, like as it will take a, this is the default value, like as -2. Means inside 666, if I -2 will go, then what is the permission will come here? Like as here inside 666, if you -2, it will do minus actually. Umask means it will do minus of these full permissions. Now if we do minus, what is the permission will come? 664. 664. That is what default file permission we got in the by AMI Linux. 664. 664 we get. 664 of by default permission for your AMI Linux file permission we got here. See, 664. That's we are talking about that here, the read write. Sir, what is this 3? What is this 3? What is this 3 again? What is first 3 letters? This is the first 3. Okay, and then this first one, right? First type one is that it will like as indicate for us either D or L or something like a special. Okay, now either D or L. L means is the soft link or hard link. We'll discuss in the like as soft link basically, that we'll discuss in the next topic. Now D means what? Directory. D means what? Directory means it's called as a folder. If any D means there, it is a, you feel like as it's a folder, not a file. If there is hyphen means it's a file. It's a single file. Hyphen, it's a D will be there. It's a directory. Means you have the folder. It means a folder. And the next, what is this first block? It's a user. This first 3 is the user permissions. And the next, this is the group permissions. And either this is the what? Others permissions. User, group, others. User, group, others. User, group, others. Now, this is the which is the user? This is the, let's say, user and group. This is a group, this is a user. Okay, which is a, you log in this user means every user while creating that user, it will create a group for that user. And the next, that user, if someone will add that, you will, like as we are going to use a Docker group and a lot of things in the further classes. Okay, you will understand some more clear for that. But when you're creating user, that user also creating a one group for us. Okay, now if who are the comes under simple. Okay, what I mean group means, for example, let's say, okay, and you are in the like as fifth class. Okay, that fifth class is the one group. Now if you want to join any class in the fifth class, what do? You should be in the fifth class, right? You should be registered in the fifth class, then only we can able to attend that classes. If you are the fourth class, you can't go for the fifth class and then listen the classes, right? The same thing here. This is, let's say, this is your group and you are the user. If you you are registered in this group, then only you can able to access that group data. That means you can attend that group classes, let's say. That is a means. Now if any other, even you can some other class, some other new guy also can be joined in this group. How we can group means ch owner, ch group, like a ch mod under this ch owner, like we can use the ch owner, change the owner, then we can use that group permissions. We'll discuss that commands also later. Now ch owner, chown, now we can change the permission for user permission, group permissions. We can use the user mod. Okay, user mod is a, we can use the executable permission on this. Like yes. Okay, we can change the owner of that, use the owner of that file or anything. Okay, ch1 we can use that, change owner, change owner. Okay, that is for user, and the next group you want to change, we can use this change owner command. We'll discuss this later. Right now to change the owners and all, just simple think about this. This is a user. User means which user you log in, that is a user. This user comes under which group, that is a group permission it is. Now maybe like another, like as Madhu user we created, Madhu user can add in the EC2 group user, then this he can able to get these permissions. He can get this permission who are in the EC2 user group, they has the permission here. That means this file permission whatever the group has, read write, even Madhu also will get the read write permissions, because this group has this permission. This is a group permissions. Understand that EC2 has the one group, EC2 user is the one group. Even Madhu will join, Madhu also will create a one new group, right? Even after that Madhu, maybe we can give the permission for this group is this, and user is a Madhu, then this is a group and this is a user, and maybe Madhu has that permission. Madhu has the permission of the what is the group contents, what are the group contents. We'll discuss this in depth level of upcoming classes. Even we'll do for real example. Okay, let's for example, let's say Nexus or sonar cube time, you guys can see that. Just simple understand that this what is the folder structure here, like for example read write executable, read write executable. Now this permission for that specific user, which user you log in, that has this permission, which group contains that group permission it has, and then others means who are not in that group, who are not one of that file. Okay, this is not like as for xx by, like as for example, let's say let's another person, unwanted person, let's say for example, let's say let's Siva is the user is not there, like Siva user you will create it, and Siva user come and open this file. Siva user won't get any other, what are the permission, he can only get and read that. You can't able to edit this, you can't able to edit this file. Now what I'm going to do, let's do that. Okay, let's chmod, I'm going to 400 sample.txt file. 400 means what does mean here? 400 means what does mean here? Okay, now let's discuss about this. Chmod 400, that file name. Okay, now this first letter is that, second letter is that, third letter. The first letter is that, whatever it is, it's a user. Okay, first letter in this, in this here, user. This is another one is that, let's see, user. Okay, and the next is, let's make it add here. It's a group others, user group others, user group others, user group others. What is the user has the permission now? What is this? Tell me, user, what is the permission, like as who log in that user, which file is created under user, what that user contains permissions, what user contains this permission, guys? This user has the permission called only read. Okay, and then group, what is the permission contents? What is the group contents? Is the group contents? Okay, there is no permission for this group. Okay, no permissions. No means any other person will join this group. No permission contains. Okay, the next, like as one more line means what is others? Others also as zero means no permission. No means any other user except this user, which user will log in, right? Except this user, if any other user will join this group, even that group also don't have permission, but only that user, which file created under that user, only that guy can contain the read permission. If other can also, you can't read that file. Read means that what does mean here, you can't use that file. Okay, let me open that file. Let's see what is the file. LSFL here, do the LSFL there. I can see now here. What is the file permission got changed? Chmod, when you do the execute chmod 400 means now only user got the permission. Only user got the permission, only read permissions. Others can be, see here, nothing. And others can be nothing. Read write executable, nothing there. Read write executable, nothing is there. Only user contains only read permission he has. That means now open this sample.txt file. Now when I'm trying to see, if you guys can see here, it's a read only. Okay. Now when I can edit this, insert mode, now it's showing this, I can edit this, but it's showing this warning, changing the read only file. Now, and I'm trying to save this file. Now what happened? You can't save the file because it's only read only mode. Means you can't edit that file. You can't edit that file. That is the reason we are going to provide the security under the file system using the chmod. Why we are going to do this is no one can edit this, no one can execute this script. Okay, if someone don't have permission to execute that script, if you try to execute the script, you don't have permission, it won't execute. Now any like as any serious and scripts and all, what we do, we provide some restrictions from security, like as which user you log in, that user, only specific user can able to execute that permissions. Like executable permissions is what we do, like as 4 plus 1 like 5. Okay, let's say, or like as 7 like 0 0 means that user has the 7 means read write executable. 7 means what happened, what will give here. If 7 means 777, some people will give this, like means anyone, any group, any user can able to do anything. Okay, don't give this is a full permission for anyone. Okay, but if it is a sensitive data, sensitive information, and the next we won't give this. The current user maybe give 7744. 744 is the good permission. Like as you can, that user have the read write executable, others can only read permissions, others can be only read permissions. Okay, understand, right? If you create any software, any file, you can give this 744 for anything. Okay, others can be read that, but no executable for them, no writable for them. Is it clear, guys? Understand now what is this RWX, what is that means, what is the you, like where this umask is there now, I'll show you right now. And then if you want to in like some more information now, let me go through this. Even not only for this is what 400 we can use, even instead of that we can use UG something also we can use, but we never be used in real time scenarios through that commands. Now chmod computer scope, if you go, at least something you guys are clear about, right? What is the permission, default permission you will get, what is the umask value, what is the, like as this means user group others, what is this full thing. Okay, now if you go here, if you go here, see. Okay, see, this is the one. User is the read write executable, group is the read executable, others can be read by file. Okay, now we can give this permission also. Now what we have done here, this is 7 plus 5 and 4, 754 he given, 754 it given. Now this way also we can give chmod 754, and then this command also, both are same. Now even we can write this permissions like this also, but no one will be use this kind, just they can go simply 754 if they want to give these permissions. Understand, right? What specific u means user, g means group. Okay, like as o means others, user group others. First block is user, second block is group, third block is others. Remember this. Okay, very 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 important. Okay, now they like this, you can simply we can use this, instead of this we can use this. Okay, now see, 4 stands for read, 2 stands for write, 1 stands for executable, and then 0 stands for no permission. And now we can calculate that. That's way. Okay, now for example, let's say any script you return the script. Okay, some shell script you return, some shell script you return, some shell script you return. And if you want to give the executable permission for that, what we are going to give this? How we are going to give this? Now that let's write that also. Like a VA, let's say hello.sh. simple shell script is contain extension called as .sh. .sh means you guys can think about it's a shell script. .py means dot it's a Python. .java means it's a Java. Okay. .yaml means it's a YAML file. Okay. That you can .tf means .terraform. That you can based on the extension you can understand that which kind of programming language it is. Okay. And then next what I'm going to do, we'll talk about this later guys. As of now, let's don't think too much this will, there is another session. I'm starting the bash script and then I'm printing some simple line. Echo means it's a just Linux command, right? It's a printing for whatever it is. So this file, and now if you can see here, what is the permission it has? Read write. Then how can execute this? How can you give the executable permission for this? If you want to execute this, you can execute this way, sh and then hello.sh. And now if I give this like as the current, if you have executable, then you don't do anything. Now you can do the current path and the hello.sh. If you do, then you can execute this command. But right now what happened now? It is not executable. That's the reason we can't execute like this. It shows the permission denied issue. Means this is not executable. That's the reason you can't execute directly from scripts here. No, these are directly if you have executable permission, we can directly execute the script here. Now that any software, okay, like as if you install Nexus, if you install SonarCube, install Docker, it has some executable permission, or else it won't execute. It will throw the error called as permission denied issue. Now that time you need to give the executable permission for that. If you can see here, what is the permission it has right now? It has read, write, read, write, read. What does mean here? It has 664 contents. Now how to give the executable permission? Chmod plus x and then file name. What will happen? Let's see. After do that, it will add the executable for anyone here. It will add the executable for everyone. Now user group others. Now in case, sir, I don't want to give others for executable, then just present user want to execute this means. Now in that case, what we do? chmod, and the next 744 and then hello.sh. We can do this. Now others don't want to execute that script, you can make it your restriction. Only that specific EC2 user can be execute that. Okay. Now hello.sh you can able to execute now. That is what executable permission which we are going to be provide for any script. Plus x means anyone can do that, or else if you don't want to, others can do execute this script. And if you only the specific user want to execute that, we can restrict that script using the specific file permissions over here. Understand? This is the everything our day-to-day activities will come in the picture. Okay, clear guys? Understand the permissions level issue, things like a chmod. When we use the chmod, what is the 400 means? Now what will happen, even if when you go for AWS account, we saw that, right? When you go and when you create a new instance, these guys will execute this command. Now this pm file, no one can be edit this, only read permission we are going to provide that. Only read permission we are going to be provide for them. Okay, only that user can be only read, that others cannot be, because we don't need to edit this file because it's a secure file. If you edit this, maybe it won't work. If you edit this file, it won't work. That is the reason we are going to be do this chmod 400, that file name. Clear guys? You see, if you read permission, that sudo permission he has, he can able to open the file too. Okay, if you have the sudo permission means what? It has the root permission for that. Yes, Veta. The sudo permission means that is he has a sudo user means sudo user can has every permission. Okay, that is the root permission he has. Let's try that. Let's try that. Add that guy in the sudo permission. Then try that. Create one user. Okay, log in that user. Open, go that path of that file. Then try to open that file. What will happen? Understand it? What will happen means that try yourself. Understand? Clear? That things will come, like a lot of will do in the further creating users, logging that user, working on that user, providing permission to the user, adding that user in the sudoers file. All those will do in the next lot of softwares and further installations, configurations. We can see a lot of things over there. Okay, this is the first class. Maybe you guys are maybe confused, guys. Don't worry. It's mixer and picture, which is with pieces we're discussing right now. You don't confuse this. And then the main thing, the umask value, where it that umask is behind that scene. Okay. Now basically it contains either bash rc or profile file. Let me open that etc slash profile file, profile.d. Sorry, we will go back one step back under etc folder, and maybe it contains. I'll go for va profile file. Just open the profile file. You can go here either somewhere, either this or maybe bash rc file. See if you can see here umask well. The both places, see if that uid and then 199. Okay, this is the program they had written, and this default is that. Okay, this default when you're creating any file, yes, by default is the uid value. User id is that 199 greater than 199. That hyphen gt means greater than. Right now you guys are won't understand the script. This if hyphen gt and then symbols, all those we'll discuss in the our shell scripting. If else if export, all those we'll discuss. For loop in the further classes, then you can understand this. Okay, what does mean here, everything. What is this if condition? It's a simple. With the same thing we'll discuss in our course also. You will understand that time the script and all. Okay, that's case which switch cases. We'll discuss everything in our course actually. Okay, now means it has this 0 to 0 umask value. Okay, if someone will ask what is the umask value of this, means this is 002. Then if you greater than the user git is the 199, then it will be a permission for 002. Okay, like as that will come. Now for example, let's say I'm going to open this. Okay, but this is my just simple linux. Basically this is normal, what you can say, linux terminal. Now let's create a one file here. Let's go these files, and let me create one file. The file name I'm going to creating a vi testing.txt something. I'll give the some testing file. It's opening. Wait, insert mode. This is some data, some testing file. Okay, just we are going to see the permissions. Now what is the default permission this file? It has the read write read read. Okay, if it is other missions or maximum, it will be giving this. That is based on what they program they've written, that what is the default umask value they've written. Okay, and this is the read write read read. Now this is what it contains. 644 644 is the default, means 666 means 666 means 22. If you less, then it will come the 644. 644 is the default permission for other Linux system. This UMI Linux has this. Other Linux will check for the what is the umask value. Then based on the umask value with the valuation. If you want to change that umask value, we can use the umask command. Okay, you can execute a umask and then default value for that. Then we can, whenever you create the file, that is the umask value will be get under that shell. And if you want to permanent fix, then go and edit that umask or else execute that umask command, either profile file or else we can do in the, there is another path also. Okay, uh, profile file or maybe bash rc. Then open the bash rc file. It is a slash bash rc. It is also it contain profile and bash rc file. Either this or either that. Any one of the file will be goes. That's umask value contents here. Umask value. That is the reason we get the file permissions. Don't think that much will even that is even. I'm not that much dig into that. Even I don't know that much in that level of why it is, how we can set up. Even that won't use in real time scenarios. Okay, you understand? You want to go that level, then I given a path, then go and then fight with that whatever you wish to. Okay, but we never touch these kind of things in real scenarios, guys. Just we are using. And nowadays, if you come to this Kubernetes and all, right, even we are less working on Linux missions. Everything is we are working on the containerized only. Okay, that containers where we deploy, that is a missions only, but that mission will log in the mission and then creating users, that won't be happen in our scenarios. Okay, when Kubernetes and all will happen. Clear, guys? Understand now? I don't know, Saira, how many users we can. I don't know limit of that. You can Google it. The same question. How many users can I add? I don't know limit in group in Linux. Same question I'm searching. He's asking how many users can I add in the one group actually. Okay. It's that's like this. It's a maximum. The maximum number of group of a user can belongs to that Unix. Okay. This is for different scenario. That 16 groups he can able to actually. One user can add in this multiple groups. This is 16 in the Linux system. But my question is different. How many users can be member a group? Okay. Now it is up to 65,536 supplementary groups to power of 32, dude. That is the 65,536 seconds. Hmm. To power of 32. That means 65,536. Okay. That's even that much level. Even I don't dig into any time this. Fine. That way, whatever you have at your bed, just Google it. Okay. Fine. That's the thing. And then next topic, what we'll do. I hope you guys are clear, right? Guys, clear now? Just read that. Okay, that's one time listening and then no, read and then practice. You will get lot of questions while practicing. And if you get a question, just watch the video, what I teach, and then go through the document and then read that. Okay, that official like RS Computer Hub Computer Hub website RS which I shared with you guys, right? It has the more clear examples. Just read that also. Guys, if you anyone ask the question, ask to anyone, everyone, because others can see that your question. Okay, what sir is talking about. If you send me privately, others can't see that question. Okay, there is no use to ask this question privately. Okay, because others also will get to know what I'm talking about, right? Or else I need to explain the problem, and you are this guy is asking, then that is the reason I'm explaining this. Understand that? If you have any questions, ask everyone. Like as mentioned, the like as a two option is there, two to everyone. Select a two everyone, not a private. Okay. By default, put a everyone is default option. Don't put privately. Fine. Only not for me. Okay. Not only for me. Just make it for everyone. Sairam, you are sending only for me. Okay. Check your settings and then change that. Okay. That's the thing. And then, guys, clear or not? No one is responding, guys. Understand the file system like as why we are using permissions, what is the read only permissions, what is the write only permission, what is the rwx. Okay, that is the intention of that file system. Okay, you can understand easily. Okay, then next is that we can use for next topic tomorrow. We'll discuss cron tab and soft link and hard link. Okay, very important topic. This is every day we are going to see in this soft link hard link maximum may or may not be, but the cron tab and we are using for when you do something automation, we can use the cron tab widely. Okay, not only this, either even Kubernetes also, Ansible also, like Jenkins also. Okay, even shell script also, Python script also, everywhere this cron tab should be there. Okay, the concept will be go this, not only this AWS, and that maybe let's say you want to trigger some lambda functions on a particular time, that time also cron tab will come. This cron tab will be go for anywhere in this. That's a very important. Fine, guys. Any questions? And guys, now you guys can see that document structure who joined recently. Okay, let me explain for you guys. Now we have a folder called as documents. Inside the folder, we have a different kind of course content, introduction, Linux. And next, maybe we start the Git. There is another folder will come Git. Inside that Git documents will be there. Jenkins folder will create. Inside the Jenkins document is there. Now, if you have any other things like as interview questions or anything, now there is another folder, interview questions will becomes under this. And if you after the if still this group is not completed under like as Jenkins is completed, even the resumes if you need, then resume folder will come here. Okay, any code based Jenkins pipeline and all, the Jenkins pipeline folder will come here. You can go and then we can check this folder structure. Okay, introduction. Now introduction classes document will be there here, and like Linux documents will be there here, and the videos will available in the root only. Okay, that means when you open this drive, the videos will be under root only. The videos has the naming convention here. Now zero means that is a demo like Saturday which I have taken. The first class, first demo it is. The same look like both are same. First video and then this video. If you who are attend this video, then you can skip this video and then go for the second video and then cloud computing and then create EC2 instance, how to access this EC2 instance and the Linux commands. Okay, real time like as all grep command, arc command that things and this Monday class, this is a Tuesday class, and this is the Wednesday class will come after 1 hour. You will get this seventh video also. Okay, every day after finishing 1 hour, within a 1 hour, you will get a video, and then you can practice that. Watch the video and then practice that. Okay, don't stop what I teaching. Just learn for somewhere here and there. Watch the YouTube videos, and the next. That we'll discuss that one more time, Sarosh. Okay. Okay, those things we are not using. Them just get put post delete. We are not using curl command or anything. We don't have any API to test those things. Now I'll explain that which scenario we use the put post delete and all, and what is the response ports. I'd already discussed that. Again, we'll discuss one more time. Okay, we'll discuss what is the web servers, what is the web service will work, how the web service will work, what is the REST API. Okay, those things we'll explain one more time. Okay, we'll explain. There is a header, there is a barrier token, there is authorized keys. Okay, there is a tokens they are passing. Okay, how they are using that, what is the header, what is the get, what is the put, post, delete. We'll talk about that one day. Fine. But this is the what happening in the world actually. Okay, like as I mean, all you want to talk two services. This is what happening. One service to talk another service. This is we are using a REST service only using via through HTTP protocol. Okay, HTTP protocol we are talking about. This is the put post get methods we are using HTTP protocol via internet, and then all this operation is done. Any deleting, posting, putting. Okay, all this. Yeah, dude. The Sitarama, that is nothing, dude. Just for what you do. If any server connectivity is there or not, how do you check? Now, for example, let's say there is any service is running in here. There is not running, right? Now, what I'm gonna do? Let's now see. Now, once you are join like as any instance you log in and you want to check your instance has internet connection or not, what you do? Check that ping your website. If your browser, what you do, you can check this in browser now. Same thing we can do here. If there is no internet connectivity, you won't get data here. Okay, that means the website you can able to access or not. You can check this, the website name, domain name, that you can use the ping. Here, any domain or anything you want to do, then you can do this ping. Then it will give the packets. It sends us some packets for you. That means it is working. Okay, if you do the telnet and then telnet, what we are doing to telnet that IP address and the next that port number, the specific port number you want to do, we can execute this. But right now I don't have any application running this port with the IP. We'll discuss like as when you're running any application. Okay. We log in another server, we can do this. Is it clear now? Telnet is installed by default maximum missions. Okay, if it is not there, it need to be installed. If Telnet is not there, then what we do? NetTools we need to install, like as m install NetTools. NetTools will come, or else if it is not NetTools, then okay, you need a root permission for this, or else we need to install this. It's not enabled. You need to install packages. So, okay. Nothing to do, means that is telnet also is not there the package, you need to install that. Those packages you need to install, that is extra packages you need to install. Wow, that's okay guys, I'll have some more, we'll talk in the tomorrow session. And then this, anyway, these questions are interview questions, okay, very very important. Even what I do, I'll share this tomorrow is a Thursday, right? I'll share this, like, tomorrow or today. What's today? Oh, tomorrow Thursday, yes. Friday, let's see. Friday we can able to take class or not. I'll update on tomorrow. Okay, like this. Based on you guys, I'll take a poll also. Based on your availability, we'll take a session on Friday. Friday we have festival, right? Now let's. Okay, guys. See you then tomorrow class. Bye, guys.